You ever try to save a few bucks on a subwoofer and end up with a wobbly box that just muddies the mix instead of shaking the room? I've been there: cheap drivers that distort at half volume, cabinets that vibrate more than the air, and bass that sounds like a distant thud rather than a tight punch. It's frustrating, especially when you're trying to feel the music, not just hear it. That's exactly why I was excited to test the KEF KC92. It's not some budget knockoff, it's a compact powerhouse designed to deliver real, clean bass without taking over your whole living room. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What sets the KC92 apart from the start is its dual 9-inch force-canceling drivers. Most subs in this size range use a single driver that just pushes air around, creating distortion and uneven bass. KEF flips that idea by using two drivers mounted on opposite sides of the cabinet, moving in opposite directions. The result? The cabinet stays stable, the sound stays clean, and you get tight, accurate bass even at high volumes. I've used this in a medium-sized living room, and it filled the space with deep, punchy lows without overpowering the mids and highs from my bookshelf speakers. It's the kind of integration that makes your whole system sound more cohesive, not like a disjointed collection of speakers. Under the hood, KEF's music integrity engine does a lot of the heavy lifting. It's not just marketing jargon, it's a processing system that optimizes the signal before it even hits the drivers. That means less distortion, smoother transitions between frequencies, and bass that actually sounds like music, not just noise. I noticed it right away when listening to electronic tracks with complex basslines. The KC92 kept up without sounding muddy or boomy, which is a common issue with cheaper subs. It's the kind of detail that matters when you're trying to enjoy your favorite songs the way the artist intended. The build quality is another standout. The white gloss finish isn't just for looks, it's part of a cabinet designed to minimize resonance. Cheap subwoofers often have thin plywood or plastic enclosures that vibrate, adding unwanted coloration to the sound. The KC92 uses a rigid, internally braced cabinet that stays quiet even when the drivers are working hard. Plus, the hybrid aluminum/paper cone drivers are built to last. They're lighter than traditional paper cones but more rigid, so they can handle the high excursions needed for deep bass without breaking down over time. Connectivity is surprisingly flexible for a sub this size. You've got KEF Smart Connect for wireless setups, which is great if you don't want another cable running across the floor. But if you're using a traditional AV receiver or integrated amp, there's also a speaker-level input. That means you can integrate it into almost any system without needing extra gear. I tested it both ways, wireless with my TV setup and wired with my stereo, and it worked seamlessly in both scenarios. The 5 built-in EQ presets are a nice touch too. They let you tweak the sound to match your room or your speakers, so you're not stuck with one-size-fits-all bass. One thing I really appreciated was how easy it was to place. Most subs need to be tucked into a corner to sound their best, which isn't always practical. The KC92, thanks to its force-canceling design, can go almost anywhere in the room without losing clarity. I tried it in the corner, against the wall, and even out in the open, and it still delivered consistent, clean bass. That flexibility is a game changer if you're tight on space or just don't want to deal with rearranging furniture. Now, it's not perfect. The white gloss finish shows fingerprints and dust more than I expected, so you'll need to wipe it down occasionally. And while it's compact, it's still a subwoofer. It weighs about 40 pounds, so moving it around isn't a one-person job. But those are minor quirks compared to the overall performance. It's a sub that actually makes your music sound better, not just louder. If you're serious about upgrading your audio setup without turning your living room into a bass cave, the KEF KC92 is worth the investment. It's the kind of product that makes you forget you're even using a subwoofer because the bass just sounds natural. Check it out using the link below if you're curious. It's a solid piece of gear that punches above its weight.